So a new F1 season has returned, and the F1 season is back. And before the race in Australia, I thought it would be good to see which teams have the biggest upgrades and which teams made the biggest downgrades during the break. Yes, my name is Nasim, and it's my first video, so please like and subscribe. But anyway, enough about me. You know what I mean, we're here to rank the drivers and teams. So this is gonna be if the teams have been upgraded or downgraded from last season. Not my actual driver rankings. I'll be doing that in another video probably. And yeah, so let's get started and let's see, what's up. I have the tiers here. 1 exceptional, obviously, then 10 bad. It's in the red, it's bad. And the same for the 2 driver teams that did not upgrade or downgrade because they kept the exact same driver lineup. So I can't really comment on it. But so firstly, let's start at number 10 and let's start at the first team that the first team that downgraded. And at number 10 we have VCarb, Yuki Tsunoda and Isaac Hajar. Last season it was Yuki Tsunoda and Daniel Ricciardo. Now I'm sorry Isaac Hajar fans if there are any Isaac Hajar fans, having a proven race born winner leave the team is going to be a massive downgrade for exchanging him for a rookie. And that is what Red Bull have done when they made this driver lineup. They put Tsunoda with another rookie, which he didn't have before. I think in the past 2 seasons he had what's his name? Off the top of my head, I'm trying to think of Nick DeFries. There you go, Nick DeFries. He had DeFries, and then he had Ricardo come midway through. Then Ricardo stayed. So really, it's just number 10 because it's a massive downgrade with Daniel Ricciardo leaving the team and not, you know what I mean? And Isaac Hajar not even being wanted by the team as well because it's weird, the driver situation which we're seeing before our very eyes at Red Bull with him mainly just, being lumped into them, not really being wanted. If Daniel Ricciardo wanted to go again for this season in VCarb, he would have been given a green light. So it's kind of weird that he's just like a stopgap, not really being used, and yeah, he's just there. There's nothing really more to say to it, really. It's just, wow, that's kind of sad. He's been okay at F2. And that's it, really. That's all you can say. So, would he do good? Would he do badly? I don't know. Yuki Tsunoda is in a place of mediocrity where we don't know what's happening with him. Red Bull probably doesn't even know what's happening with him. He probably doesn't even know what's happening with him. You know what I mean? He didn't get the green light to go to Red Bull in the first place, so it's just terrible, really. And so that's why Yuki Tsunoda has to be, and VCarb, Hajar, everyone has to be number 10. There's no way they can be higher on the list. But it was a close second because number 9 and on my list is Alpine. Alpine, oh my lord, Alpine. You have just, it's bad. It's bad. The situation at Alpine is bad. So bad that they made Ocon leave. The person who gave them their race win. Is bad that like Alonso left, Piastri. It's just bad. And now they have doing. And waiting in the wings as well is the Argentina superstar Colapinto, which will be interesting to see how Doing handles that. I think they're in, obviously from last season is bad because Esteban Ocon leaving your team, a race winner again, leaving your team for a rookie again is very bad. You're not gonna it's not gonna be better than last season. So they have definitely downgraded hugely there. And really Gasly is the same as Tsunoda, just again they're part of the same Red Bull family, which is kind of ironic, but again they're just there in their teams. They're experienced hands, but they're not like experienced like tenured veterans in the sport. They're just there, really. And yeah, we'll see how the 2 team leaders Ocon and Gasly and Tsunoda get on really this season, and we'll see how the 2 rookies in those teams get on as well with Jack Doohan and Isaac Hajar, how good they will be. Again, number 8 though is interesting because number 8 I put Mercedes with Kimi Antonelli and George Russell, previously being Lewis Hamilton and George Russell. So this is interesting because when you lose a 7-time world champion on your team, your team is obviously going to suffer like majorly, and it will be interesting to see how Mercedes do this season now that Hamilton's actually gone from them, because it's been a while since he's not been in that team, ever since 2013 I believe. So it's gonna be tough for them. It's gonna be tough for everyone. It's gonna be tough for me. I'm crying. No, I'm joking. I'm not crying, but it's bad. It's not as bad as the other two. That's the main point to get away from here. Kimi Antonelli being given this chance, he is a highly promising prospect. So it's going to be interesting to see what he does in his first season, and if he's able to pick up the slack of Hamilton. I believe he will eventually. I don't know if he can do it in one season though, but we'll see how good it goes. We'll see how good George Russell has in the team leader role, how good he performs, because he was in the shadow of Hamilton obviously for those past 2 seasons. I think they raced together, so it's going to be interesting to see what he does this season. He hasn't been offered a contract yet, so Mercedes will be looking for the exact same thing. And overall, it's interesting. Still a downgrade though. Still a downgrade. It's a step in the right direction, obviously, because they couldn't control Hamilton leaving, but it's still a downgrade. Number 7. Number 7 is Haas, the best team on the grid, my favorite team, obviously, and that is consisting of Esteban Ocon and Oliver Behrman. Previously, last season, Nico Hülkenberg and Kevin Magnussen. Now, Haas is, again, interesting because, again, every single time with a rookie, it's like, what are we gonna get from here? Behrman had two amazing outings last season with Ferrari, being exceptional pretty much, doing the job asked of him pretty much, of someone who's just coming into a car and doing the job, you know what I mean? So he did really good. And yeah, he drove for Haas last season. He managed to get the race seat this season as well, so it's just good overall. And yeah, it's going to be interesting because Nico Hülkenberg for Haas last season got all the points of, like, which is what he does, of going into a car which is a car which shouldn't be getting the points it should be, or underachieving, getting more lower finishes, but getting higher points than that. So it's going to be interesting to see how Esteban Ocon fits into that team leader role and takes up Hülkenberg's slack from last season. Will Haas do as good? Honestly, if I'm being honest, I don't think they will. But again, this isn't my ranking video. This is an upgrade and downgrade of the drivers. So we'll see how it goes. But overall, it's a downgrade. By the way, Oliver Behrman getting a chance is very good because Kevin Magnussen reached his tenure, his limit, and that wasn't really anything. He reached his peak. There's nothing really for Kevin Magnussen to prove anymore. So it wasn't going to get better. And it's good that Oliver Behrman's got the chance now to show what he can do inside the sport with the opportunity he's been given. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens there. Number 6, though. Number 6 is, again, it's not interesting. It kind of is, actually, because it's another rookie and another person who's been inside the sport a long time. Nico Hülkenberg and Gabriel Bortoleto, Kick Sauber. So this is interesting, not because of the other ones, because it's literally a swap for swap change pretty much of the driver roles which they had last season. They had Valtteri Bottas and Zhou Guanyu last season, and it is literally Bortoleto taking the number 2 position from Zhou Guanyu, and Nico Hülkenberg taking the leader position from Valtteri Bottas. The reason why this one is higher than the others is because Nico Hülkenberg is a proven midfield point scorer, and I would say a better performer in the midfield than Bottas. We'll see this season, you know what I mean? We'll see if that comes through this season with my prediction. But last season was terrible for Kick Sauber, so they want to bounce back this season with an even better season. And their driver lineup is looking, you know what I mean, tasty with the F2 champion, you know what I mean? At least they gave him a chance. You know what I mean? People like Dragovic who haven't been given a chance. It's interesting how he's just still in the wings. But anyway, I'm not going into other stuff in this video. This is the video about driver upgrades and downgrades. So Nico Hulkenberg and Gabriel Bortoleto, I put them number 6. It also, a point I want to make is about the team leaders switching, who Andreas Seidel leaving, who brought Nico Hulkenberg in. What's gonna happen? We're gonna have to see together. You know what I mean? We're gonna have to see what happens at Kick Sauber together. That's what makes this season a little bit interesting. That's what happens. It's unpredictable with the rookies. Now, stopping pretty much with the rookies for now. Number 5, as in the upgrade and downgrade, in the same exact spot is Lance Stroll and Fernando Alonso. They are Aston Martin. They are literally the same from last season, and there's no difference really. Lance Stroll got criticized heavily last season. This is the season make or break for him. He knows how to drive these regulations of cars, so we'll see if he performs or does not perform. There's nothing really much to say about this driver lineup. They've got Adrian Newey coming in for the 2026. We'll see how it happens, and yeah, we just got to see how it goes this season. There's nothing really much to say about an upgrade or downgrade because it's the exact same people. And same for the second team who did not switch. It's Oscar Piastri and Lando Norris, which put in an amazing work getting number 1 in Constructors' Championship last season. They put in an amazing shift. And yeah, it's a very strong driver lineup, but we're not doing the driver lineups ranked. We're doing upgrades and downgrades. And yeah, it's pretty much the same as Aston Martin. There's nothing really much to say here for this video. It's just the exact same situation they found themselves last year. Piastri got a new contract, that's good, and obviously Lance Stroll's is locked in for life, which is good as well, because if you deserve to be in F1, you'll be in F1. That's what I'm gonna say. Anyway, number 3 is interesting because I was weighing up between 2 teams. There's 3 teams left, obviously, but 2 teams. There's one clear upgrade, but there's 2 teams with similar, shall I say, like not downgrades, but similar, you know what I mean, similar situations. But number 3, I went with Red Bull. Liam Lawson and Max Verstappen. So these two are literally just the exact, again, it's a like for like change from last season, except from Liam Lawson is a rookie for a season long campaign. Will he do well? I think he will, because every single time he's coming to the V Carb, he's impressed immensely, enough to get helmet marking on his side, so that's good. And Max Verstappen is Max Verstappen. He's a reigning world champion, so there's nothing much you can say from that. As a major upgrade, though, Sergio Perez was so bad last season. He was so bad, but he still did some okay. You know what I mean? Sergio Perez was terrible last season, like absolutely terrible, but sometimes he did okay. He got a 2nd place finish one time, and you know what I mean? It's just, he was terrible, though. Lawson will do better than him. That's probably a guarantee. And yeah, I was really arguing whether to put them number 2 or number 3, but I put them number 3. They deserve number 3. That's where they're staying. You know what I mean? And it will be interesting to see how the team gets on, if they can get the constructors title back as well, to see if Sergio Perez does a problem. But number 2 is Williams. Williams have made a huge upgrade by getting, again, a race winner into their team, which is always a bonus and a plus. Carlos Sainz from Ferrari and Alex Albon are very good. Previously, they had Franco Colapinto, Logan Sargent, and Alex Albon last season. Alex Albon has a what do you call it? A barometer, a measuring stick of how good his talents are actually gonna be. So it's gonna be interesting because he hasn't been tested in a long while with a teammate who can keep up with him. And Carlos Sainz went to the team, which he said recently in the interview was because of a Mercedes engine. It will be interesting to see how the team, you know, this is a transition period for the team. It will be interesting to see this season how the transition period goes for both of them. Who's the stronger driver? Yeah, it's a very interesting one to watch. Alex Albon finally being tested by a teammate who's an experienced, again, veteran inside the sport. Yeah, something I noticed about this list as well, by the way, is, man, a lot of Red Bull drivers. So obviously, if you want to get into F1, being a Red Bull driver. But anyway, number 1 and the biggest upgrade in the 2025 season, it is Ferrari with Charles Leclerc and Lewis Hamilton. Louis Ham Cheese, whatever you want to call him, bruh. It is the biggest upgrade. Previously, Ferrari had Carlos Sainz, and as much as I love Sainz so much. He's probably my second favorite driver on the grid. This lineup, oh my lord, looks tasty. It looks like a snack. I just want to bite into it and just nom 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 nom, bro. Cause bro, having Lewis Hamilton in a Ferrari, even seeing it is what, you know what I mean? It's like Lightning McQueen going into Dynaco. You know what I mean? It's just not. It's unfathomable, and it's just gonna make the team even better to have that legacy driver and then have their upcoming golden poster boy, which Leclerc basically is, because they've groomed him from Alfa Romeo Sauber to Ferrari. You know what I mean? Like it's gonna be so good. And the good thing about this storyline is that it happened previously with Lewis Hamilton and McLaren. So oh my lord, it's just gonna be so tasty. I'm not gonna go too much into this video. Don't worry, I'm gonna be making more videos. But bro, this driver lineup for number one Ferrari. Oh my lord, it's the best one, and definitely the biggest upgrade from 2024. It's not even a debate. A 7-time world champion coming into your team. Oh, to be the experience for the, I would say Charles Leclerc is a very, very good driver. Very, very good. Obviously not a world champion yet. And yeah, it's just gonna, maybe Hamilton will give him the experience to take him over the line. We'll see. But yeah, it's so tasty. The driver lineup is just, oh my lord, Ferrari. What how can I buy my tickets to go to F1? You know what I mean? Anyway, that's the tier list for the biggest upgrades and downgrades inside F1. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. This video was an idea of mine which I wanted to do for a while, and I think it was a good video idea. I'll be doing driver lineups and team night rankings for my predictions for the coming season as well. But yeah, right now I just wanted to do the biggest upgrades and downgrades which I saw. And yeah, just wanted to get my thoughts on it. So let me know what you guys think down below. And yeah, thank you for watching my video. I appreciate it. And I'll see you guys soon.